Hello and welcome to the Natural History Museum by Jana Al-Afir, Jana Wael, Hessa, Mariam, and Ayla. Welcome to the Natural History Museum, where we could connect to our past. First museum room is by Ayla from Lesson 1, Fall of the Romans. The Fall of the Romans. The fall of the Western Roman Empire was the loss of central political control in the Western Roman Empire, a process in which the empire failed to encourage its ruler, and its vast territory was divided into several successor polities. Here are some artifacts. Coming up next is Lesson 5, The Crisis of the Late Middle Ages by Mariam Zeki. Here is a small aquarium and some more artifacts and even more artifacts. The crisis of the late Middle Ages was a series of events in the 14th and 15th century that ended centuries of the European stability. Three major crises led to radical changes in all areas of sociality, demographic collapse, political instabilities, and religious upheavals. The population of Europe had doubled in the 12th and 13th century, but agricultural production had not risen to the same extent. As a result, there was a cultural decline in Europe's population. Next up, we have Lesson 2, The High Middle Ages by Jana Al-Afir. Here are some artifacts. The High Middle Ages started from 1000 AD and ended 1250 AD. The High Middle Ages were preceded by Early Middle Ages, which ended around AD 1500 in Europe. During the Middle Ages, the high cost of sugar candy, a delicacy available only to the wealthy. Some more artifacts. And here's a little thank you letter. Hi, this is a diary where you can write all about what you have learned from exploring the museum. Hope you have an amazing time. Now we have The Republic of Venice by Hessa. Here's a little aquarium and some more artifacts. Facts about the Republic of Venice. Venice ruled itself for 1,000 years. Venice canals are up to 17 meters deep. Venice is built on wood. The Republic of Venice is traditionally known as Serenissima. Venice was born with the first stone of San Nicodemo. Here are some more artifacts. And finally, you've got my expedition. Lesson 4, The Late Middle Ages by Jana W. Here are some weapons they used in the first 100 years of war. This book will tell you more about them. Weapons and armor. What weapons did they use? Gunpowder, firearms, and cannons. And obviously swords. What armor did they use? They used plate armor. And here is the famous Magna Carta of King John AD 1215. What is the Magna Carta? The Magna Carta was made on June 1215 AD and was the first document to put into writing. The principle that the king and his government was not above the law. It consisted of ground rules so that everyone can be treated well, because before, the king could just go up to someone and say, "Hey, you're looking suspicious today. Go to jail," just like that. An innocent man goes to jail for no reason. Well, in the Magna Carta, it states that you need valid proof to send people to jail. But the sad part was that it said nothing about peasants, and they remained locked up and severely punished. Have you ever wondered what they used in the Middle Ages that we still use now? Well, read this book to find out. What they used in the late Middle Ages that we still use now: mechanical clocks, paper money, eyeglasses, public libraries, and gunpowder. Facts about the late Middle Ages. People had to vote. The church didn't conduct witch hunts. They traveled and traded over very long distances. Football was banned in England. Shoes were ridiculous. Eels were sometimes used as currency. The late Middle Ages. Read on to find out some finishing touches about the late Middle Ages. The late Middle Ages. What caused the first 100 years of war? lack of communication, expanding more land, jealousy, revenge, and more resources. More details to the causes of the war. 1. England owned many of France's land. The French king wanted their lands back. 2. They made an alliance, and England broke it. 3. Richard, Harry's son, got greedy and betrayed his father. 4. The French king. What was the late Middle Ages? The late Middle Ages was a time of European history lasting long from AD 1250 to 1500. The late Middle Ages also followed the High Middle Ages. The late Middle Ages are commonly known for the 100 Years of War. Thank you so much for visiting the Natural History Museum. Hope you come again. Bye, and have a nice day. Yay!